Hello, my name is Timothy Mendez Feliciano. I'm recording the BMI Project Part 1 for ASU CSE 598 Advanced Software Analysis and Design. Let's take a look at our project. First, we're going to go over the BMI REST service. We have the interface defined as service contract, public interface. We have two calls, which are my BMI and my health, and the return type for these will be JSON. And we have the data contract for the BMI. Then we have the implementation of this, which is my BMI. I'm using the formula given to us. Um, I hope it's okay. I hope it works. Well, it does work, but this is what I think it is. Then my health BMI value. We call the previous function just to get the BMI, and then we create the actual BMI result will be returning, which classifies the weight category as underweight, normal, pre-obese, and obese. The coloring for this will be decided in the service implementation. After the BMI REST service, I'd like to go over and review the SOAP service. So it's very similar, except the return format is XML instead of JSON. And we have to declare the namespace for the BMI. At least I had to. The implementation is also the same. It's extremely similar. This doesn't really change. So we can. Oh, and I had to modify the web config to add the endpoints and the bindings and the protocol mappings as well, just like in the video. So now we can go over to the service consumer, and we're going to have three important files here. We're going to have default.aspx. So this is like the HTML, the markup that is able to create this design for us. Let's see if the design pops up. This very attractive design. But it's also accompanied by a C# class, which carries out the functions for the buttons, BMI button calculate rest click. We create a object from the REST client at the corresponding URL. We get the BMI and we get the health. So for this example, even though I'm running one button, I will still be using. I will be immediately using both endpoints. Um, and here, this is where we draw the color of the text based on your BMI, and we set the result. Over here, we have the bottom BMI calculate sub click. We create another client called a sub client. We contact the URL, get BMI, and get health. We call those and provide the parameters. That's just a breakpoint. We can freely ignore those now. So why don't we take a look at the other very important documents, which are the REST client. We have a private static read-only HTTP client that gets formed in the constructor. Well, it doesn't get formed, it gets modified in the constructor with our base address and our application JSON data type. And from here, we can call our endpoints, get BMI async. We will call the BMI service, BMI height and weight, and just return the value. And then we do the same thing for the get health async. We call the corresponding endpoint, which is my health in this case, and we return the value as a instance of our public class BMI. For the SOAP client, it's same but different. We have to declare formatters, XML phenotype formatters. Here on the sub client, we set the media type as application XML instead of application JSON. Get BMI async, we call the SOAP service, BMI SOAP service. And we read the variable, the result as a stream, and we use the data contract to serialize in a type of double. This is for the get BMI async. The get health async is a little bit different. We're calling BMI subservice my health, and instead of serializing, we're actually just gonna get the result through the formatters, right? So we're gonna read based on this public class, which is defined below as the XML root with a namespace for where it belongs, and its proper element and array, like XML class definition, and we return the entire object. Let me eliminate this breakpoint as well. So now let's run the project. And this is going to be very nice because we're going to run the project two different ways. Oh, okay, I split them. So on the left-hand side, we have the user interface that calls both endpoints from the REST, and it tells us that we are pre-obese. And if we do the same thing for, oops, that's too heavy. So we'll get that you are normal, and we'll get the info. We can also just call them directly from their localhost. We can see the single WSL for each one, but that's not what we're here for. We're gonna do my health, which pretty prints a JSON. We're gonna do my health as well. That's my VMware, which ugly prints a XML here. It's the same result, and we can do this with my BMI as well. My BMI provides a more direct response. And they're also reachable through Postman. This is SOAP for my health. See, we get the same result. This is SOAP for BMI. This is REST for my health. This is REST for my BMI. So that would be the entirety of the project, implementation, and code. Thank you for watching.